Hey everyone! Dense fog and perilous danger awaits those brave, or foolish, enough to enter the grim forest. In this feature guide, we'll go over everything you need to know to survive its ever-shifting paths. Let's recap the basics from the update preview. Grim Forest is a massive new game mode available to players level 55 and above. It's an endgame experience, so don't expect to walk in the park. You'll be exploring the Gloomlands, an expanse of wilderness shrouded in dark magic and filled with lost souls, ravenous monsters, and worse. With more than 400 stages to explore, 2 difficulties, 7 unique bosses, 2 mode-exclusive mechanics, and plenty of rewards, it's well worth a visit. Like other game modes, Grim Forest will have a monthly rotation. Every 30 days, your current progress will be reset and you'll be able to start again. Unlike other modes, however, with each rotation, the paths of the Grim Forest will change to confuse and mislead those unprepared, resulting in a different map composition. Before you make your first step on this dangerous journey, you must choose the champions who will accompany you. You'll have a squad consisting of 2 team decks. Each deck features 10 champions in normal mode and 20 champions in hard mode. These squads are completely separate, so you can choose your best champions on normal and hard difficulties at the same time. However, once you've set your decks, you can't change them without a special item. Another thing to bear in mind is that champions in your Grim Forest squad can't be sacrificed in any manner, so don't bring fodder along on your adventures. Back to the matter at hand. The champions you can take into battle on any given stage will be randomly drawn from both team decks. The number of champions drawn depends on the difficulty of the stage. For example, the easy stages on normal mode will draw 8 champions from each team deck, and nightmare stages on hard mode will only draw 3 champions from each deck. Every champion has an equal chance of being drawn for a stage. So distribute your best and brightest evenly across both decks. However, if your luck is truly rotten and you find yourself stuck, you'll have 2 daily redraw tokens to re-roll the champion selection for a given stage. Should you find hidden redraw altars on the map, you can increase that daily limit to 4 redraw tokens, but more on altars later. Speaking of the map, let's take a closer look at it now. Your journey in the Grim Forest will always start at the old camp. However, with each rotation, the stages you'll find and the paths between them will change, and they'll differ between normal and hard modes. You can't just memorize the path on one run and use it to guide you on another. Every move you make on the map will cost distorted energy, a new resource exclusive to the Grim Forest. You'll receive 30 distorted energy each day, shared across both difficulties, and that's it. No refills. Any distorted energy left over won't carry over between days, so make the most of it. If there's a battle to be fought, you'll only spend distorted energy if you win, so don't worry about giving tough challenges as many attempts as you need. Following paths between stages will lead to different regions with varying degrees of difficulty. Pick your path and clear stages along it to progress. It's not that simple, though. A dense fog shrouds the map, limiting your vision to the vicinity of cleared stages. You will be able to see some stages ahead of you, but you won't know exactly what awaits you there until you approach. Many stages of the Grim Forest will involve a battle of some kind, whether that's waves of enemies, a boss-tier enemy champion, or a mythical foe guarding a grim crown. There's plenty of threats in the darkness. Those grim crowns are what you'll need to take on the new big bad of this game mode, but more on him later. Some stages will appear to be empty. You'll still need to spend distorted energy to clear them, even if nothing happens. But is it all as it appears? Sometimes not. You may run into an ambush, and sometimes you'll find chests with various rewards. But there is another reason to explore. Clearing empty stages is also the only way to earn Grim Charms. There are 15 scattered throughout the map on each difficulty, and once you collect them all, you'll earn a special treasure hunt chest. The collection of goodies in here trumps pretty much any other chest you'll find on the map, with rewards such as rank 6 legendary or mythical accessories from the new mercurial gear set, gemstones, fragments for a new mythical champion, and soul stones. Some treasure, however, is more obvious. Let's talk about the chests and curio chests you'll come across on the map. Chests come in several tiers, depending on the region you find them in, and contain rewards such as charms, gear, cursed remnants, and more. But beware. Remember what I said about ambushes? The same can be true when you find a chest. it could be a deadly mimic. When a mimic attacks, you must fight it off to claim whatever bounty it has already devoured. Same champion selection mechanics apply here. You'll have to make do with whoever gets randomly drawn from your decks. Within the shadow of the Grim Forest, telling Mimic from a true chest is impossible. You'll just need to make sure you're prepared for whatever comes. There are also Curio Chests. We'll talk about Curios in more detail later in the video, but for now, these powerful items either hinder enemies or strengthen your champions in Grim Forest battles. You start out with just one Curio slot and nothing to fill it with. So hunting down Curio Chests is a good idea. On your travels, you'll also stumble across abandoned altars. Consecrate these structures to receive different advantages, depending on the altar type. The most common are Curio altars. There's 5 of them, and activating each one unlocks an additional Curio slot for you to fill, up to a maximum of 6. The 2 Redraw altars will unlock an extra daily Redraw token for you to use. And lastly, there's the Aid altar. This singular altar may be the most elusive, but it'll let you draw an additional champion whenever you prepare for battle. Sometimes one champion can be the difference between victory and defeat. You're gonna need as many of those advantages as you can find, because the Grim Forest is home to some seriously tough customers. We won't cover everyone's skill in this video, or we'll be here for a long time. But our in-game boss guides or content creators' tips will help you overcome them. One of the faces you may come across is Phrygius the Trovemaster. This dishonorable deviant delights in ambushing adventurers and picking what treasure he can off their corpses. Yet even Phrygius' greed can't outweigh his cowardice. Once you've dealt enough damage, he'll drop some treasure and flee from you in haste. There are various damage milestones that you can reach during these encounters. The more pain you bring, the more Grim coins and Grim gold you'll earn and get to spend at the vendor. Coins can buy resources such as more Curios, or a squad reshuffle item that allows you to replace up to 5 champions in your squad. Grim gold, on the other hand, can be used to purchase chests that contain mercurial gear and other goodies. Phrygius and mimics are small fry compared to the master behind this malign magic. Meet Leshun, the Entangled One. This gargantuan tree exists for one sole purpose: to hunt down trespassers in the Gloomlands and steal their life force. Defeating Leshun is your ultimate goal in the Grim Forest, but you'll need more than guts to just waltz in and take him on. First, you'll need those Grim crowns we mentioned earlier, fighting mythical bosses who will be scattered around the map. Even unlocking this battle is no cakewalk. If your plan is to charge down Leshun as soon as you can, you may find that he has some friends. Isheth, the Crimson Siren, Maximos, the Weeping Blade, Tares, the Bestial Flame, and Drognel, the Eternal Gatherer. Each one of these is a mighty fearsome opponent in their own right, and fighting all 5 of these would be a feat worthy of any legend. If you want to tip the scale slightly in your favor though, you can do just that. You'll find Isheth, Maximos, Tares, and Drognel wandering about the Grim Forest map. Once you've hunted them down and taken them out, they won't appear in the fight against Leshun, making your tangle with the Titanic Tree a little bit easier. Now, the Grim Forest may sure sound tough as old boots, but there are plenty of ways to enhance your own strength to take it on. Whenever you win a battle or open a chest in the Grim Forest, you'll earn experience which boosts your squad progress level up to a maximum of 30. Each new level gained grants you access to a selection of trait cards. These handy little goodies provide stat bonuses that affect all champions on your squad, but only within the Grim Forest. There are uncommon, rare, epic, and legendary trait cards, and the higher your squad progress level, the better trait cards you'll have to choose from. Most trait cards will offer an increase to 2 stats, but keep an eye out for those legendaries. They'll increase 3 stats at a time. Some trait cards will even allow your champions to ignore a portion of their target's defense with every attack, so be sure to check them all out. Choose wisely though. Once you've selected a trait card, you won't be able to change it. On the other hand, you can pick up a duplicate trait card to increase its rank and the stat bonus it provides. And that isn't everything. Remember Curios? These mystical little trinkets offer a range of different effects, from decreasing enemy stats to increasing the amount of Grim Forest XP you earn from battles, or even increasing your stats further. Unlike trait cards, you can swap your Curios around at will, experimenting with your build and ensuring you have what you need to take on any stage. Curios can be found in Curio Chests purchased from the market using Grim coins, or you'll sometimes get them as a reward from a particularly tough battle. Getting a duplicate Curio will increase its rank and provide even greater benefits, so keep an eye out for your favorites. Increasing your squad progress level happens very fast. That's because all your progress is reset with each new rotation. We're talking Curios, trade cards, XP, currencies. The whole slate is wiped clean and you start again. Each difficulty has its own profile as well, so you can't buff up on normal mode just to blitz through hard mode. Still with me, folks? We're nearly there, but there's just time to talk about quests, rewards, and bragging rights. Grim Forest quests are similar to the other quests you're already familiar with, except these ones earn you Grim Gold for spending in this game mode. You can never have too much. Just ask Phrygius. Like all other Grim Forest progress, these quests will reset with each new rotation. You've been patient enough. Let's finally take a look at the rewards you can earn from exploring this new game mode. As you wander the gloomy paths, you can nab sweet goodies from chests or winning battles, including XP brews, potions, skill tomes, basalt, soul stones, and more. This is also the only other game mode that features cursed remnants among the rewards. The exclusive rewards that you'll get from the Grim Forest include a new relic crafting material for a new group of relics, champion fragments for the mythical Onyxia the Reborn, and gear from the new Mercurial set. We mentioned in the update preview video, but here's a quick refresher. Mercurial provides stacks of the new Total Guard buff, which blocks a single instance of damage or a negative status effect per stack. Bosses may ignore it, but Total Guard is a powerful tool for both PvP and PvE alike. And lastly, if you want to show off your exploration skills for all to see, then the Grim Forest rankings will provide you the platform to do exactly that. Each rotation will feature players who complete the most stages, with the least amount of turns taken to achieve victory. In the interest of showing off, there's also 2 new badges up for grabs. One for summoning Onyxia, and one for beating Leshun alongside his minions on hard mode. Whew! That's everything for this monster of a video. We couldn't include the boss guides here, but go check out our guides in-game and the content creators who are already hard at work strategizing. Don't forget to mash that thumbs up button and subscribe for more raid content. Until next time.